What's going on, everybody? So, I'm gonna be filming this on my phone for now. Hopefully, the mic picks everything up. It's gonna be my first time doing this. I do, like I said, hope to be doing these more often. Um, but the first episode is just gonna be filmed like this, very rudimentary, and just to test the waters, see how it gets received. So this is the first episode of the Pep Talk Pod. That will be my podcast name, The Pep Talk. And the reason I chose that name is simply because I feel like a lot of people, including myself, need a good pep talk every so often. Sometimes life gets very overwhelming. We get to the point of having too much on our plate. I know I for sure do. And I just feel like a lot of us need that sit down, like, talk. We need to be told, things will be okay, or just giving some life advice if we need. And I know I for sure need it sometimes, but if anybody knows me well enough, I don't take my own advice. So hopefully, this podcast will help me take my own advice and start leading by example more than just giving out advice and, help as much as I can. And I hope it helps you guys as much as it helps me. That's kind of what I'm doing this for. I mainly want to be able to spread my knowledge and help as many people as I can. I've helped a lot of people recently through difficult situations, or anything. If they just need an ear to listen to, that's what this podcast can be. It's just going to be a platform for anybody who's willing to listen, anybody who wants to contribute. And I just feel like the biggest thing for me is just having an open avenue to talk. I feel like a lot of us don't have that. A lot of us want to, I guess you could say, keep things under wraps and hide things from the world because they're afraid of judgment. And that's not what I want. I want us all to be able to talk about things that we care about, people we care about, things we love, people we love. And if we don't have that, then we kind of get into this weird rabbit hole of just not wanting to open up. And I do that. I have a hard time opening up myself, but hopefully this podcast helps myself, helps you guys. I am new to this, so I apologize in advance for however this may come off. This is all new to me as well. So this journey is going to be a lot of fun. I do plan on doing this at least once a week. Maybe I'll do it twice a week, depending on how it gets received. But all the topics that we're going to be discussing on this podcast, whether it be today or any of the other ones that come up, will be coming from you guys, coming from questions I get in person, everything like that. It's just going to be an open book pretty much. And yeah, so today it's kind of just going to be discussing what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. I really do enjoy talking to people and getting feedback and questions from people on what they want and what they want to hear and what helps them out the most. And as someone who does listen to podcasts himself, I look to podcasts for maybe just a couple minutes or an hour of a getaway, mental getaway, or knowledge even. And that's what I'm hoping this is going to be for everybody. I thoroughly enjoy, helping anybody I can with anything. I have a lot of life experience in, the 26 years that I've been on this earth, but I think a lot of people tend to forget that you don't need a lot of life experience to know what you're talking about. I have that, but I'm also learning every single day. So I'm trying to pass on as much of the knowledge that I've gained to you guys, as well as maybe even learn some new, whether it be from doing this or the questions and the comments I get from this. I want it all: good, bad, positive, negative. I want it all. I want to hear it all, and I'm gonna do this for me and for the people that actually want to listen. So hopefully everyone does enjoy it, and this just becomes a very positive avenue for everybody. Today's topic I think we're going to focus on the most is just that, focus. I got asked a question the other day: how do I stay focused? You know, with everything going on in the world right now, we have a pandemic. We have, at least in LA, we have a shutdown with not being able to do this and not being able to do that. There's a bunch of things that we're unable to do right now. Whereas, other states are open and being able to live everyday life with some limitations and restrictions, but not like we are here in LA. And, it's caused a lot of people to feel depressed, feel all types of different emotions. Sometimes, well, most of the time, it's not positive. Like, a lot of people are down and out. And, I had a couple instances during this pandemic where I was pretty depressed and we're just going through some things. But, you find things to do. You find hobbies. You find ways to entertain yourself. I myself took up running. If you knew me or know me, I'm not a runner. I did not run ever. I hated running. It wasn't my thing. I hated it. And then one day I was tired of doing the same old thing, and I just woke up and said, I'm going to put some running shoes on and actually start running. So I just started running. The first day was pretty brutal. And, it's funny to say now, like, I love it. I run pretty much every day now. And it's become part of my life for multiple different reasons. And I think I mainly started running to come out of that cycle, to get out of the vicious cycle of monotony. And I found that being able to just kind of run and get your mind out of whatever you're doing for just that however long you're running for, it helps tremendously with stress relief, your own personal meditation. Even though it is running, it's not easy. I run every day and it's not easy. It's not easy to wake up and tell yourself, oh, I'm gonna go run. And now, since I'm such an avid runner, I plan my runs out. I figure out how many miles I'm going to do this day or that day, or when I'm going to take the day off and maybe do some stuff on the treadmill rather than the street. Or it's just a bunch of different things. If you follow me, I do a lot of different types of activities, especially fitness related, because my main career is I'm a personal trainer and my life revolves around fitness. That's just who I am. And if you know me, that's who I am. I mean, everyone calls me my nickname or my IG handle, JV Fit. Everyone just calls me that. Shout out to the people who do. You know who you are. And I never in a million years would have thought I'd be the runner that I am now. And I'm thoroughly thankful that I have discovered that avenue to meditate, to reflect. And I've learned a lot about myself from running, and it's helped me push through a lot of mental barriers. And I realized that if it wasn't for that running and it wasn't for that, self-talk to say, yeah, you got to get your ass up and start running, and, one foot in front of the other. And no matter how much it hurts, as long as you get it done, or as long as you're out there, it's going to help. And it really has. It truly, truly has helped me in a lot of different ways. I don't meditate as much as I should. I do it occasionally, but I've realized that my running has become my meditation time, since I'll run for sometimes over an hour, and your mind kind of gets lost in the cadence of your running. And you're going down certain streets and it's just a straightaway, and you're focused on something else, to not think about the pain in your legs or the heaviness in your breathing. And I've reflected a lot on certain things that I've been worried about or have been on my mind, and I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful for the ability to do that. It's funny because a lot of people ask me, like, how do you do it? How do you stay focused? How do you get up every day and do what you need to do and still get everything else you need to get done? And I tell everybody the same thing. You just do it. You just have to get to it and just do it. And you can't worry about what's going to happen next or the next day, or you have to worry about what you're doing in that moment. And if what you have to focus on is work, like if you're working at a desk job, and right now during the pandemic, if you're working from home and you have to be on at your computer all day long, like focus on that. Don't worry about what's to come after that. Just focus on that right now, and then once you get it done, you can worry about the next task. And some people don't like to do that. Some people like to plan ahead and have a schedule, and it's like, that's great. If you have a schedule, follow that, but don't worry about the next task on your schedule until you finish the task at hand. And that's really what I do the most to focus on. um, Being a fitness professional, I have clients that I have to worry about, and I have to worry about their goals and their needs. And if I don't, then they don't succeed, and then I look like the trainers that I don't like. I look like the ones that worry about getting as many clients as they can just to say they have this many clients, and not worrying about everybody. I try to give everybody the same amount of attention and respect that I give the next. And I feel like if you've ever trained with me, I take my job very seriously. And fitness has changed my life, and I want everybody to come into my training sessions and feel the same way. As you guys may know or may not know, I'm also a father. That compounded with the career I have is tough, because sometimes scheduling gets in the way of things, and I have to cancel work to spend time with my kids. And I would do that every day, a million times over, infinite times over. I do what I do to have the time and ability to spend time with my kids, and I couldn't imagine a life without them. I'm so thankful for them in my life as well. And going back to the focus thing, they help me stay focused. When I think about difficult times and moments in my life where I felt overwhelmed, or like my plate was too full, I just think about them. And I have them in my mind at all times. Like, they're with me at all times. And you guys can't see right now, but behind the camera I have so many pictures of them around. Like, I have I have nothing but my kids on my heart at all times. And if you know me, they are my everything. They are my whole life. And to those of you that ask me, how do you stay focused? Think about something that will keep you focused, whether it be your kids or, I apologize for the sirens. Um, Again, I'm filming this from my bedroom, so it is what it is for the time being, guys. I apologize again. But yeah, my kids are a huge part of my focus, and they are my North Star. They are my guiding light to make sure that no matter how much I may be stressed, and how much I may have on my plate, they're the ones that keep me grounded. And I was just talking to someone today about this. Like, there are times where I'm going through a lot, and I'm entirely overwhelmed, and I feel like the world is crashing down on me. And when I talk to them, or when I look at them and I'm sad, and they may ask me, why are you sad? And I'll tell them. I'm never hiding my feelings from them. I'll tell them if I'm sad or if I'm not feeling good that day. And they always bring me back to reality. They always just say things like, okay, but can we play? Like, can we watch a movie? Like, I remember that life still goes on. They help me realize that. It's such a simple process and simple thought to think, yeah, Dad, you're going through this, but we still want to play with you. We still want you to play restaurant or play Barbies with us, and I'm not gonna be the one to say no. I'll always tell them yes. And it's kind of a good thing to have them there for me, because again, they keep me grounded. They help me realize, like, life is tough, but you know there are bigger things to worry about. And again, they're my task at hand. They're When I'm with them, they are my focus. So I don't worry about what's going to happen next, or tomorrow, or the next day, or the next week, or next year, or 5 years from now. I worry about what's happening right now. And they are a major part of that. And I'm so thankful for them. And I feel like As much as I do for them, they do for me. So if you don't have kids, I'm sure there are plenty of things out there that can give you reason to focus and can be a focus point for you. It doesn't have to be a focus on fitness. It has to just be focus. Focus on something that you're passionate about, that you care about. If you're passionate about work, focus on that. Again, your focus should be the task at hand and making sure that you accomplish that before you worry about anything else. I've learned that, when it comes to figuring out what to do next, the best thing to do is just, do what you need to do first. And then you have a full, clear mind to think, okay, next should be this because I finished that. It's pretty much like a domino effect. If you're able to accomplish what you need to accomplish every day, nothing really becomes that hard because it's everyday tasks that you're completing. By the time you know it, you're done with the week, and it's the weekend. You can enjoy yourself, or you can have some fun, or something. Anything that could be weighing you down, as long as you get it done piece by piece, one by one, it goes by a lot faster that way. Because the more you worry about the next day or the next thing, you're going to be overwhelmed, and it's going to feel like, oh my gosh, time is going by so slow because I'm being beaten down by all these things. But you're not really worried about what's happening right then and there. You're not worried about accomplishing what you need to accomplish. And a lot of people struggle with motivation, and they're like, well, I don't know how to get to actually to start. I don't know how to start what I need to get done. And it's very frustrating for me to hear that, because as someone who tries to be as honest as I can with people, I don't want to be rude about it either, because a lot of people, especially nowadays, they don't respond well to authenticity, I guess. And I wouldn't say authenticity, blunt, I guess you could say blunt honesty. And I grew up being a pushover and kind of being invisible, and it didn't get me anywhere in life. So now I'm 100% honest with whoever I deal with. And when people say, oh, I don't know how to get to this, and I'm just not motivated to get through it, I just tell them, if you're not motivated, you're never going to do it. And as a trainer, I tell my clients that, like, if you need somebody to get you up out of bed, you're never going to get to where you need to get to. I'm here to help. I'm here to guide you and to show you the right way, but I'm not going to do the work for you. And just like when you're at work, you have a boss that tells you what to do, right? But they're not going to do the work for you. They are going to tell you what to do, how to do it, hopefully show you how to do it, and you have to execute. And if you don't, you're not going to have that job for much longer. But a lot of people don't seem to grasp that aspect and that concept for every part of life. And it's just that simple. If you can't get up out of bed every day and just tell yourself, like, I'm going to go do this, I'm going to go to work, I'm going to go on a run, or I'm going to work out today at some point. Like, if you can't do that yourself, you're never going to be able to do it. And a lot of the times, the motivation may be trying to be like found through other avenues. People will watch motivational movies, motivational videos, will listen to a song to pump them up. That's great. But those are less for motivation and more for, assistance and aid to help push you through it. You're watching a video is not going to physically make you do something. You know what I mean? It's all coming from yourself. It's a will. And if your will is never there, you're never going to be able to do anything. And I feel like no matter what anybody may say, no matter what your friends may say, or anybody who may doubt you, I know that people deal with a lot of doubt in today's society too, and it sucks because, there's doubt everywhere. There's plenty of I guess you could say haters, and no one's gonna ever support you like you should support yourself. And I tell people that all the time. Like, when the going gets tough, who do you got? You. And for the most part, people do grasp that once you kind of put it into their mind like that. But then a lot of people still want to say like, well, I need help with this and I need help with that. And it's like, that's great. You can get all the help you can get. But again, those people or whatever you're asking for help is not going to get the work done for you. It's not going to get you to do what you need to do. And if you're not able to self-motivate at a certain point, the road gets a lot harder. I'll tell you that much. And for me, I wake up and I'm sore. I'm tired. I deal with insomnia a lot, and it's tough. It's tough to sleep at night or try to sleep at night and not be able to, and then wake up and have to do everything all over again, and then power through it. But again, I just do it. I try not to worry about it too much, and I try not to think like, oh, this is hard. Because the more you think about, oh, this is hard, or you let that doubt creep in, it's going to be a lot harder to dig yourself out. If you just kind of push through it, like when people say, oh, I'm just going through the motions, if you're able to do that with the struggle aspect, it'll be a lot easier to get done what you need to get done and to get through all the tasks that you need to get done. And it simply just comes from doing it, I'm not going to be cliche and say just do it, because it goes without saying. I'm trying to put this in the best way I can. Again, I'm sorry if I delay in this video. This is still very new to me, and I'm just trying to get a grasp of everything. But I guess you can say that the best way to find motivation is to ask yourself, what are you doing it for? Are you doing this for someone else? Are you doing it for monetary reasons? Are you doing it for money? Are you doing it for, I don't know, anything? What is it that makes you want to do what you're doing? If it's that, make that your reason. Like, I personally don't think that anything you do for money should be like the guiding light. If you don't want to do something for yourself, it's going to be really hard to continuously do it. And I feel like that's where a lot of people tend to fall off the wagon, is they'll do something like a job for money, like, oh, this job makes me great money, and it's like, it's safe, it's secure. But if you're not happy with what you do to a certain extent, like, you're going to waste a lot of your life. And that's going to be the most detrimental thing for you, because you'll never have that time back. Like, you're never going to be this age ever again. This moment that you are right now, you're never going to have that time ever again. And, that's what I think about sometimes when I'm tired, when I'm sore. It's like, yeah, I'm sore. Yeah, I'm tired. But I'm never going to have this able body the way I do this moment ever again. Like, in a few years, who knows what could happen? I don't know. I don't worry about that. I know my body's able right now, so I have to utilize it. I have to do as much as I can and do the most with what I've got right now. And, a lot of people know you may not be the most skilled, you may not be the fastest, the strongest, the smartest, the whatever, but you can be the best you that you can be. You can utilize every quality you have for yourself and get done with what you need to get done. Like, it's a simple concept when you break it down, but most people don't want to worry, or don't want to think about what's the easiest way. They just want someone to get it done for them, I guess. And it's a lazy mentality, but sometimes people grew up enabled. A lot of the times, I would say more so in today's society, and probably in LA more than anything, life is easier for us here. Let's be honest. Like, it's been a lot easier for us here. We have a lot of things to be appreciative of. We have, we live in one of the best states in the world, really. Like, we have a lot of things at our hands, and we live in a society today, in a day and age where we have the internet, we have apps, we have our cell phones, we have everything that we need, and we don't need to even get out of bed. And it's hard. It's really hard when we have that to function, I guess. it creates laziness. It creates complacency. And again, you fall into that cycle and it becomes part of who you are. And I think that's where a lot of people tend to have a downfall when it comes to progress and when it comes to getting the job done. But for me, I'm thankful for the life I've lived and the upbringing I've had. My story hasn't been the most picture perfect, but I've made the most out of it. And I've learned a lot along the way. I've had some great help. My mom especially that's a real G right there. Like, shout out Mom Dukes. If you know my mom, you know she's a gangster. She's a real one. And I'm thankful for her. I'm thankful for all the people who've, at least in my family, have influenced me. My mom, my grandma. I'm thankful for every one of them, and I wouldn't be here today without them. I'm here because of them. So without a lot of the help I've had, again, they didn't do the work for me. They helped me along the way, but they didn't do the jobs for me. They didn't take the tests. They didn't get the homework done. They didn't apply for the jobs. They didn't keep the jobs. They didn't train the client. They didn't run the miles. They just gave me the tools to accomplish everything I needed to accomplish. And looking back on it now, like when people ask me for help, I ask them too, like, what do you know? What do you know towards the goal you're trying to achieve? What knowledge do you have about it? And sometimes people are like, I have no idea. I'm just trying to get this done, or I'm asking for help because of this. It's like, I didn't learn on my own. I had help. Sometimes I seeked help, and I researched myself, whatever it may be, or I asked for help. And again, I'm trying to give people tools to help get them along the way. But some people don't appreciate help. They just want me to either tell them how to do it or get the job done for them somehow. I don't know. It's tough, but that's what I'm trying to do this for. Like, this podcast is for those who struggle with it, who struggle with anything. Like, this concept is very applicable to all facets of life. And I feel like that's why I'm able to do what I do every day. And even as funny as it is, like this podcast, like, I've been talking about it for a while. I've had motivation. Why didn't I do it till now? I just didn't. And finally I did. And that's part of it. Like, you just do it at the end of the day because either you want to or you don't. And I wanted to, but I didn't do it because something was stopping me. And finally I figured out nothing can stop me from doing what I want to do now. And I think maybe it might have been also like I was worried about how it would be received. I was worried about people's judgments, and I just don't care anymore. I don't care about I don't care about the judgment I receive. I care about the people who are going to actually receive this message in a positive way and receive any message I may give out in a positive way. And I know people aren't going to appreciate it. I know people are going to talk about it in a negative manner, and that's fine. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. We live in the best country to be able to do that. You can say anything you want to me. You can say anything you want about me. That's fine. You have the platform. I'm not going to close this off to anybody who has any negative comments. I actually welcome them, because growth doesn't come from being comfortable. I feel like I can learn a lot from people who may have some things to say about me or about this, and it could actually help. Want to have multi dimensions to this and be able to learn from my mistakes and also apply the lessons I've learned from those mistakes. You know, a lot of people will learn about their mistakes and will learn their downfalls and just, oh, I can't do this anymore. I'm bad at what I do. No, it's like you have to be able to take criticism to be able to. Siren again. I apologize. um, you have to be able to take criticism to be able to continue to be the best version of yourself. And I feel like those who are very successful have taken criticism very well. They may have received a lot of it, or they may not have received any of it. But then again, it doesn't matter how much you receive. It matters how you respond to it. And criticism can come from many different, many different ways, whether it be verbal, physical, mental. Sometimes we have self-doubt. I had self-doubt about starting this podcast, but I'm learning more about myself than I ever have. And I feel like when it comes to growth and, you know, knowledge, lessons learned, you can't learn a lesson if you knew all the information. And I don't know all the informations and all the in and outs about what I'm doing here. And I'm going to learn along the way. I plan on doing this for a while, like I said, even if no one watches. I don't care. I don't care. I want people to watch it, but I also don't care if people don't, because the people who do watch it or the people who love it, that's worth it. That's worth it to me. Because I want to do this for myself too. I feel like this is something I'm going to need to do for myself to help continue to grow. And I feel like it could be used as a personal diary to an extent. But for those who are going to receive it well and who are going to appreciate it, you know, you guys are the reasons I'm doing this. And I appreciate the hell out of each and every one of you. Because without you guys, I'm not here right now. And I promise if you enjoy this, I'm going to get better. Hopefully the quality of these videos is going to get way better, and I'm going to do my best to make sure I achieve that. But again, it's all a learning process. I'm going to learn along the way. You guys are going to learn along the way. And I'm really excited for the journey. And I hope you guys are too. So again, I will most likely be starting I hate saying that, a YouTube channel, but it's solely going to be for the podcast. Like, I'm not going to post much else other than just these episodes. I may not post the whole videos on Instagram, which people wanted me to. I just feel like IGTV is going to be a long video to watch. So I'll just post like a clip of it on there, and then it'll go, the rest will go on YouTube. And I'll figure out how to do that as soon as I finish this. And then you guys can comment there, comment on Instagram, share the video if people want to hear motivation or anything. It doesn't have to be this one. It could be any of the other ones that I may film. But I really appreciate you guys. You guys are another reason why I do what I do. So thank you every day. Thank you every day. I will tell you guys that as much as I can. Anytime I film these are for you guys. And you know, I thank you guys for helping me actually do this and push myself to do this, because if I didn't get any feedback, I guess I don't know, I may not have done it. I don't know. But like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to say. You don't have to if you don't want to. I'm thankful for those who do, and I'm thankful for those who don't. Be thankful for life. Be thankful for what you got, and get the job done. Just get the job done. We all can do it, and it's all within us to do it, not from anybody else. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I truly, truly loved this. It was kind of nerve-wracking, but I enjoyed the hell of it, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I do think the next one, based on the questions I got, will be about self-care. So you know who you are, who answered that or who asked that question. So that'll be the next episode. I might do this once a week. We'll see. Might be twice a week. Who knows? But hopefully you guys enjoyed again. So you know what to do. I already said it earlier. I'm not going to say it again because it's just going to bother me. But I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one.